Hello, my name is Ashley and I want to share my achalasia story with you. I am 25 years old, was diagnosed at the age of 24, but I'm pretty sure that I've had achalasia since late high school and early college. So us achalasians, the part that's between the bottom of the esophagus and the top part of the stomach is called the LES. And normal people, it relaxes, meaning it opens when the food is coming down, which allows the food to go in, and then it tightens. But us achalasians, our LES never relaxes, meaning it never opens. So that's why we have trouble eating. Our food basically gets stuck in the esophagus. The esophagus actually kind of grows into a second stomach because the food can't go down. I remember going to have lunch with a friend and she was offering me some grapes. And at one point I told her that I couldn't have any more because I felt as if they were getting stuck in my throat. And all throughout college I had a similar experience where I was eating very little and I was having this feeling of fullness. And I just thought it was because I was always so thin and that I wasn't eating that much. But as the problem progressed, I felt a constant feeling of choking anytime I ate. And I also had coughing in the middle of the night. I also had these constant burps. Even when I was drinking like a cup of juice, I would have to immediately burp. Very, very little burps, but they were still very annoying to deal with on an everyday basis. It wasn't until last year when I woke up in the middle of the night, 2 nights in a row, and I threw up this acidic substance that I realized that something is wrong with me. So I went to go get checked, and the first procedure that the doctor recommended I have was the Barium Swallow procedure. And this is a procedure where you drink a white milky substance and you stand in front of an x-ray machine and you drink that substance, and they monitor how the liquid goes down into your esophagus and into your stomach. Whereas usually it takes, I think they said 10 seconds for that to go into your stomach. It took me 2 hours. And so hearing that news made me very afraid. After this procedure, I got an endoscopy, which is when they stick a little camera into your esophagus to see like what's going on in there. I was fully under anesthesia in this procedure, and after waking up, the doctor said that he saw a sign of achalasia. So the third procedure he wanted me to get was, out of the 3 procedures so far, this is the most uncomfortable because you're fully awake and they stick a tube up your nose and down into your esophagus, and you sip on some water through a straw while sitting up straight and also while laying back a little. And it wasn't painful, but it was uncomfortable. So after that procedure, they determined that I had achalasia. And so after this, I was ready to get surgery, which is what they recommend. It's called Heller myotomy with fundoplication. And it's when they cut the sphincter. I'm not really sure how that all happened, but that surgery wasn't bad, but the recovery was, I had shoulder pains. You do get 5 scars because where the 5 openings are, and also a very painful first night. I remember coming back home and I literally made the mistake of lying down flat, and that hurt so much. So I had to mount myself up with a lot of pillows. And yeah, my back was just hurting so much. After surgery, I saw a huge improvement in the way I was eating. I wasn't feeling uncomfortable anymore. 2 months post-surgery, I was getting these symptoms once again. And so I got very discouraged. But also the surgeon had said that I might need a catheter inserted, or it's called a balloon procedure. The first balloon procedure I had, things were worse because now I was feeling nauseous. I was regurgitating like a thick saliva, and the nauseous part was just horrific. I was eating less. I was going from 97 pounds to, again, 95 pounds. So I decided to get another balloon procedure done, and I recently got it, actually last week. And I did feel a difference on the first day. I ate a snow from Bahama Bucks, and I also ate a cup of soup from Chick-fil-A, chicken noodle soup. I forget what other things I ate that day, but I was eating more. But now it seems the only part that gets me is the nauseous part once again. That makes me feel uncomfortable. It's the nauseous part. I also still feel, obviously I have to eat slow. The doctor says that I should do one of these movements anytime I feel food getting stuck. But I'm bearing with it, but it's definitely a process, and it's definitely not a fun process to be in. But I've learned to trust in the Lord and know that He has plans for me, and I'm just taking it day by day, because if I even think about the future and worry about what's to come, then I get stressed out. But I'm just taking it day by day. And thank you for taking the time to listen to my story